Most men never realize that the battle for confidence and control often begins long before the mind reacts or the body responds, starting quietly on the plate in front of them, where daily food choices shape hormones, energy, focus, and the hidden rhythms that influence intimate performance and emotional balance. I want you to imagine waking up with steady clarity instead of frustration, feeling grounded rather than anxious, because the nutrients you consume begin supporting circulation, stabilizing testosterone, and calming inflammation, creating a foundation where discipline feels natural and progress becomes something you experience instead of something you chase daily. Many people search for complex solutions or secret techniques, yet they overlook how sugar spikes, processed oils, and excessive alcohol quietly disrupt nerve sensitivity and hormonal balance, leaving the body overstimulated but underprepared, which can shorten endurance and weaken the deep connection between physical response and mental calm over time. When Dr. Mohit Khera speaks about men's health, the message goes beyond quick fixes, reminding us that resilience grows from consistent habits, mindful eating, and understanding how the brain and body communicate through chemistry, turning everyday meals into powerful signals that either support control or silently undermine long-term confidence. Think about how often modern diets are filled with ultra-processed snacks that promise convenience but slowly drain vitality, pushing the nervous system into a constant state of tension, where pleasure becomes rushed, patience fades, and the ability to stay present during meaningful experiences begins to slip away without warning. The powerful shift starts when you replace inflammatory foods with options rich in omega-3 fats, antioxidants, and minerals that help blood vessels relax and nerves respond with balance, allowing the body to slow down naturally so endurance improves, not through force, but through steady biological harmony built over time. Leafy greens, berries, healthy proteins, and hydration may sound simple, yet they create a powerful internal environment where stress hormones decrease and focus increases, giving you the mental space to regain confidence, rebuild trust in your body, and feel a sense of control that extends far beyond the physical level. As you continue listening, you might begin to question whether the foods you trusted for comfort were working against your progress. And that realization can feel unsettling, because change requires honesty, and honesty forces you to confront habits that once felt harmless but now reveal their hidden cost on performance. This is the moment where transformation begins, not with extreme restrictions or fear-based decisions, but with awareness that every bite either fuels recovery or prolongs imbalance, encouraging you to choose nourishment that aligns with patience, strength, and the vision of becoming a calmer and more resilient version of yourself. By understanding the connection between nutrition and stamina, you step into a deeper journey of self-respect and healing, one where progress feels intentional and lasting, setting the stage for the powerful insights that will unfold next as we explore what to avoid and what to embrace for lasting control. At this point in the journey, many men begin to notice a surprising truth. The foods that once felt harmless may be quietly sabotaging their stamina, creating spikes of dopamine, followed by crashes that confuse the brain and overstimulate the nervous system. Highly refined sugars, excessive caffeine, and deep-fried meals push inflammation higher, forcing blood vessels to work harder while reducing the steady flow of oxygen that supports endurance. When the body lives in this stress state, the mind often feels restless, and moments that should feel calm become rushed, leaving frustration instead of satisfaction. Dr. Mohit Khera often reminds audiences that nutrition is not only about appearance, but about internal communication, where hormones, neurotransmitters, and circulation respond to daily habits more than temporary motivation. Imagine discovering that one of your favorite late-night snacks is silently increasing inflammation, shortening patience, and making progress feel impossible, even though you believed you were doing nothing wrong. That realization creates a moment of suspense, because change demands awareness, and awareness forces you to question routines that once brought comfort. Some men resist this truth, hoping for shortcuts, while others lean into the discomfort and begin rebuilding their habits meal by meal. The shift does not require perfection. It begins with replacing inflammatory foods with options rich in zinc, magnesium, and healthy fats that stabilize testosterone and calm the nervous system. Whole grains, colorful vegetables, nuts, seeds, and clean protein sources work together to create a slower, more controlled rhythm within the body, allowing confidence to grow naturally instead of being forced through pressure or anxiety. Over time, consistency transforms chemistry, and chemistry transforms behavior, making endurance feel like a reflection of balance rather than struggle. As you continue forward, you may feel a quiet resistance inside, a voice asking whether these changes will truly make a difference, and that doubt is part of the transformation process. The key is to stay curious, observe how your energy shifts, and notice how mental clarity grows when inflammation decreases and hormones begin to stabilize. Every mindful choice becomes a quiet vote for long-term healing, reinforcing the idea that real strength develops slowly, supported by patience, education, and a willingness to evolve. The deeper lesson hidden inside dietary change is not restriction, but liberation. Because when you nourish the body intentionally, you begin to experience control that feels calm, focused, and sustainable. Preparing you for the final stage of this journey, where clarity turns into action, and knowledge becomes a lifestyle that supports lasting endurance and a deeper connection with your purpose every single day. Moving forward with steady determination and renewed self-respect, guiding your decisions beyond temporary trends toward meaningful personal growth that continues shaping your future with clarity, balance, resilience, and unwavering commitment to becoming the strongest version of yourself through intentional daily nourishment and mindful living choices that reinforce lasting confidence, stability, and emotional strength within your evolving personal journey toward greater self-mastery and authentic inner power today onward. As the journey reaches its deeper phase, the real transformation begins when knowledge turns into daily action, because understanding which foods support stamina means little unless you consistently choose them when old cravings and familiar routines try to pull you backward into patterns that once felt normal. The body responds to repetition, and every balanced meal becomes a quiet message telling your nervous system that it is safe to slow down, regulate hormones, and rebuild endurance with patience rather than pressure. Many people expect dramatic overnight change, yet true healing often feels subtle at first, like a gradual lifting of mental fog, steadier breathing, and a calmer sense of focus that spreads into every part of life beyond physical performance. Inspired by the educational philosophy often associated with Dr. Mohit Khera, the goal is not perfection, but awareness. Because awareness creates responsibility, and responsibility gives you the power to design a lifestyle that supports resilience from the inside out. You may begin to notice that hydration improves clarity, healthy fats increase emotional stability, and nutrient-dense meals help the brain maintain control, even in moments that once felt overwhelming, proving that the connection between food and confidence is stronger than most people realize. This stage requires patience, because the body needs time to reduce inflammation, rebalance hormones, and restore natural rhythms. Yet each positive choice builds momentum that strengthens both self-trust and inner discipline. Think about how different your future could feel when your energy remains steady throughout the day, when your mind stays present instead of distracted, and when endurance becomes a reflection of balance rather than a source of stress. The suspense that once came from uncertainty begins to fade, replaced by a quiet sense of mastery that grows through consistency, education, and mindful living. You start recognizing that real strength is not loud or rushed. It is calm, intentional, and grounded in habits that respect your physical and emotional well-being. Every meal becomes an opportunity to reinforce the identity you are building, one focused on clarity, self-respect, and long-term growth rather than temporary comfort. As you continue evolving, remember that setbacks do not erase progress. They simply remind you to return to the foundation of knowledge and awareness that brought you here in the first place. This is where motivation turns into philosophy, where discipline feels less like a burden and more like a form of self-care that strengthens your connection with your goals. When you choose foods that support healing instead of inflammation, you send a powerful signal to your future self that you are committed to growth, resilience, and lasting confidence that extends far beyond any single moment, creating a lifestyle defined by balance, purpose, and inner strength that continues to evolve with every intentional step you take forward. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.